Right, welcome to another episode of Warhammer 40,000. It's 8th edition, 2,000 points, and a classic matchup here. Astra Militarum will be taking on the might of the Tyranids. Two new codexes here, two powerful armies. We will let them fight it out amongst themselves here. Astra Militarum on the rise, a very strong list indeed, and the Tyranids as well have also been defeating armies that have been sent against them. So we'll let these two armies battle it out. So, large cathedral in the centre, lots of walled areas here for cover, quite open at this end, Space Marine statue just here, and then into the depths of the ruins across here. But across this terrain, the Tyranids will do battle with the forces of the Astra Militarum. Right, so 2,000 points of Tyranids here, slightly adapted from the previous list, still working on a list for them at the moment. It's battalion. And also a spearhead in there as well. So 7 command points available for the Tyranids in this game. To make up the battalion, 3 units of Gene Stealers, just the way the points have worked out here with the changes. 2 units of 17 and 1 unit of 16. So hordes of Gene Stealers here to scuttle towards the Astra Militarum. There's 3 Carnifexes here, that's 1 brood, all armed with monstrous crushing claws and heavy venom cannons and enhanced senses for them as well, so +1 for them to hit. And for HQs, I have 3 of them. 1 Hive Tyrant, he's the Warlord. He's armed with a heavy venom cannon and lash whip and monstrous bone sword. Then 2 Brood Lords as well, one of the old models, one of the newer ones. Then the 3 heavies, we've already covered 1. This is to make up the Spearhead detachment. The other 2 heavies here is an Exocrine, and then a Tyrannifex as well. Now this isn't my model here. This is a model from the club. They've been painting up at SSWG. They've been painting up some Tyranids to use in our Apocalypse games. And so I've just borrowed for a while this Tyrannifex. Very much looking forward to using it. And it is armed with the Rupture Cannon. There's one elite choice here as well. And that's a unit of 3 Venom Ropes there with their tentacles. So the Hive Fleet is Jormungandr, however you pronounce it. I had some help with pronunciation in the previous battle report in the comments section, but still struggling with pronunciation. So that's the Hive Fleet anyway. They all count as in cover unless they advance or charge. And then Insidious Threat for the Warlord. No bonus to cover from units that are being fired at. That's from units that fire within 3 inches of the Warlord. So you'll see the heavier weaponry here clustering together around him. And then when they fire, they ignore any cover that the opponent has. And then I've given the Warlord the relic, the Miasma Cannon. So it's an upgraded version of the heavy venom cannon for him. So we'll cover psychic powers a bit later on. Just to mention, if you like the look of the Tyranids here, it's a nice aggressive colour scheme. Then there is a full painted tutorial for them on the channel. And James has just pointed out to me at the club here, they have this guy who's armed correctly. So we'll swap him round. No proxying here. We've got paroxysm, but no proxying going on. So that's the correct weapon. We'll swap him in, thanks to the club here at SSWG, with the loan of these Tyranids. And then the original commander can go on standby here in this game. We'll take a look at the Astra Militarum next. We'll see what James has brought along. So James's list here, all nicely laid out and organised. A powerful list that can take the fight to any opponent here. He's beaten many of the most powerful armies on the channel so far. But now they take on Tyranids in this classic matchup. We'll see what force James has. We'll let him run through his list.
Right, this is my 2,000 points of Astra Militarum using the Acadian Doctrine. We have Battleforged Brigade detachment and a spearhead. Leading the task force today is the commander. He is equipped with a plasma pistol and power sword. The warlord trait is strategic genius. Basically he gets command points whenever he spends them. On the 5+, he gets them back after he spends them. And he has the relic of Lost Cadia as well. And second in command we have another company commander. He's got the Kurov Sequilla, so whenever the enemy spends a stratagem or command points, I get them back on a 5+ as well, which fits nicely. I have 6 troops choices. I have a sergeant with las pistol, chainsword, voxcaster, grenade launcher, and las guns, all the same for the 6 squads. And we have for the heavy support choice for the brigade, we have heavy bolters, a squadron of them, and 2 squadrons of mortars. And for my 3 elites choices, I have a unit of rattlings, and I have I have a Primaris Psyker. He's got Psychic Maelstrom and Night Shroud. And the Wyvern Psykers, first unit, they've got Terrifying Visions, and the 3rd unit has got Mental Fortitude. And then for my Spearhead detachment, I have a Tank Commander. It's all WYSIWYG, so you've got the Hunter Killer Missile, a Homemade Lascan, Sponson, Heavy Bolters, and we have for the Spearhead itself, we have the Executioner Lehman Russ equipped with the Las Cannon and Sponson Heavy Bolters, and a regular Lehman Russ as well, equipped with Sponson Heavy Bolters and Homemade Las Cannon and the Battle Cannon, and exactly the same with the Executioner there as well. And I have 3 Scout Sentinels. The commander has literally got a Hunter Killer Missile, so I had 6 spare points, and the Hunter Killer Missile costs 6 points, so to make it 2,000 on the nose. And for the first time since 5th edition, I want to use the Bane Hammer. Now this one is 3d6 shots, strength 8, AP -2, 3 damage. However, unit's movement characteristic is halved and it cannot advance. So it's designed to slow units down. So it's an anti-horde army that's charging towards them. And it's equipped with las cannons and 3 twin heavy bolters. And that is 2,000 points on the dot.
Alright, so that's James's list. I think it's a brilliant mix here of super heavies, heavy tanks, heavy weapons teams, and troops. It's the brigade that's forced you to do that by taking so many troops, and you have to take the fast attacks and the elites and so on. And so it's given a nice balanced list. And it does look really good, and your reward for doing it is to gain all of these command points here. So fantastic looking army, nicely organised, but they'll be disrupted and torn asunder by the insidious threat of the Tyranids. We'll go on to scenario and deployment next. Right, so the mat that we're using in this game, it's by GameMat.eu. It's called Medieval Town. It's one of the new mats that they've produced, 6x4 in size. And you can see it's this nice cobbled effect here, and the slabstone design as well, looking really good. And we just placed our terrain on top, and then some scatter and some lichen just to blend it all in. 6x4 in size, nice and soft, rolls out nice and flat, soft and friendly for figures, and then nice and quiet for dice rolling as well. And you can check out GameMat.eu. They produce these different battle mats and also terrain sets available from them as well. All right, so just before we go into the scenario and deployment, I'm just going to point out psychic powers at this stage. It's a smite available. There's 3 psychers here. It's the 2 that I've taken for the Hive Tyrant, the commander, is Catalyst and Onslaught, and they're the horror on the small Broodlord. He doesn't like to be called small. Don't say it to his face. And then here, Psychic Scream, available to the Broodlord just there. So that's the psychic powers. We'll check out the scenario next. All right, so the scenario here is Maelstrom of War. We're playing mission 1. We're going to work our way through these missions here. James happy enough to be playing Maelstrom. I've avoided these for quite a while. It's a shame, really, so we're going to work our way through all of them. So mission number 1 is Cleanse and Capture, with some slight adjustments of chapter approved, and a house rule thrown in there as well, just to balance things out. So Cleanse and Capture, there's 6 objectives on the board. Objective number 2 is just here. Objective number 1. Hammer and Anvil deployment, by the way. Tyranids, James chose the end. Tyranids are at this end, and then the Astra Militarum are at this end of the board just here. That's the view that they had. James wanted to go in the open here to fire at anything that emerges from the cathedral. So objective 1 and 2, objective 3 just there, objective number 5 is here, objective number 6 is just here, and then objective number 4 is here, and objective number 5 is just there. So it's pretty even. 2 objectives in each of our deployment zones, and then 2 in no man's land, roughly the same distance apart. This one here roughly about 6 inches away from there, and that one over there about 6 inches away as well. So it's pretty even spread. Tyranids no doubt will seek to dominate their deployment zone and then push through onto the Astra Militarum. But all the while, both sides will need to fulfill these randomly drawn objectives as the game goes along. So expect the game to ebb and flow, and really it's all about picking up points immediately, as soon as possible. Just the house rule we're going to play: if there's an objective that is utterly impossible, such as slay all psychers and there's no, or slay a psycher and there's no psycher available, the opponent has, just as an example, then you can discard that card. With the objectives, you have to have 3 of them available each turn. So on the first turn we'll draw 3 cards, and then as they're completed at the beginning of each of your turns, you top it back up to 3 objectives cards. Yeah, so no problem. Then also to mention, points available for First Blood, Slay the Warlord and Linebreaker also available as well. So that's the scenario. Looking forward to this one here. A very unique piece of terrain. This great cathedral dominating the centre of the board, and then some outlying terrain here as well. Some open areas though, suitable for the Guard. And the Tyranids, they've got a fair amount of firepower available for them as well. We'll go on to deployment next. We'll start deploying the units on the board. Alright, so deployment done. It's a massive red here, these creatures all intermingling with each other. But the main shooty blob here for the Tyranids deploying on their left-hand flank, getting ready to fire as they advance and move around in this direction. James just finishing off his deployment at the moment. So in there is the Hive Tyrant, the Tyrannifex just here, Exocrine on his right, the Venomthropes just at the back, granting protection there, the -1 to hit, and then Carnifex is the 3 of those, that brood deploying together just on the left hand side. They will act as individual models now for the rest of the game. And then through the ruins here, stretching all the way across to the other side of the board, are the Gene Stealers. 2 units of 17 here, a Brood Lord just there, the smaller one, the other one just over there, and then unit 16 Gene Stealers on that extreme right hand flank. But that's the Tyranid deployment, like a great door and hinge just here. The Tyranids will prepare to swing round and act aggressively here against the Astra Militarum. Right, so deployment done for the Astra Militarum here, hugging the back line, expecting the Tyranids to advance at speed. So regular Lean Russ here on the right, a Sentinel, the one with the Hunter Killer missile at the back, the Rattling snipers just behind the barricades here, 2 Russes, what are they called? Executioners. Okay, just there. The command tank just here, dead centre. Psychers just here. Heavy bolters. Squad just there. 2 of the Sentinels preparing to scout ahead. And then
2 squads are in reserve. They're
inside here.
Transport.
Okay, and this is called the Banehammer. Banehammer. Okay, yeah. The Banehammer. Mortars at the back may well be helpful here against Gene Stealers. Units of infantry clustering around objective number 4. And then infantry here and psychers just at the back. Your warlord is just here, yeah? Primaris psyker. Company commander?
Yeah, he's company commander.
Just
he's
there.
got the Kurils Aquila, he's got the relic on Oscar, yeah.
Oh, right, okay. So that's your relics sorted out. Okay. So that's deployment done. Guard looking quite smart here. It's almost like a parade ground here. But they'll not be thinking about parading at the moment. There's Tyranids to deal with in amongst the ruins just here. We're ready for the first turn of the game. So we finished deploying first, so we'll roll here. Chapter approved, yeah. We're on +1. Oh no, we scored a 2. Oh, James scores a 4. I'll roll a big dice and score a 4. No, alright, so we do not seize initiative. James will get to go first. That is pretty big, because he's going to get to shoot here at the Tyranids. We've got to try and weather this storm here. We're hoping that our Hive fleet scout moves through. Yeah, we're just hoping that the Jormungandr protection may well help here. Units counting as being cover will help to some degree. We're going to go into the first turn here. The Astra Militarum will make the first move. So we're on the first turn here for the Astra Militarum, and the scout moves have already been done here. 2 scouts moving forwards, the Sentinels, this one here. Pretty good, helpful from them, because this one here has secured objective number 6, so James now in control of 3 of the objectives. That's half the objectives on the board. We'll see what cards he draws now at the start of his turn. Alright, so James can pull out the first 3 cards, just call them out here.
Secure objective number 1.
Oh, should be easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
And scale the skies, there's no flyers, so you can't do that one.
Sure,
Possible.
that's alright.
So put that
Just
there.
discard that one.
Secure objective number 2.
Oh, yeah, easy. God, dear. Aggressive you'll need to be to capture them.
Overkill.
Which is what?
Score 1 victory point if an Astra Militarum vehicle unit from your army has destroyed an enemy unit during this turn. If an Astra Militarum Titanic vehicle unit from your army destroyed an enemy unit during this turn, score D3 victory points instead.
Okay, that one's definitely doable. Okay, there's a nice incentive there to fire all you have into the Tyranid units. Alright, so let James make his moves here on turn 1. Alright, so movement of the Astra Militarum here, not much movement taking place. James has merged these 2 squads. Is that a stratagem, is it, to merge them too?
Yeah, consolidate squads.
Consolidate squads, alright, so they've joined together. And then some movement here with the HQs, just walking around the courtyard, just organising things. And then this squad here has been given orders. James has moved them forwards to reach the barricade just there. Look at this, 2 ranks deep of guardsmen here to take on advancing gene stealers. All right, so movement done. We'll go on to psychic phase next. If you have anything, might be a few bits you can do. Yeah, so go on to psychic phase next. So warp shroud.
Night shroud.
Night shroud. Okay, try and cast that then. He's going to try and protect the super heavy.
Yeah.
Goes off on an 8.
That's -1 to hit against
The big one. Nice. Okay, well worth that. Using that power. Very good. Anything else? Yeah, mental fortitude is going to cast on that squad. Yeah, anticipating casualties there. Okay.
Pass.
7. That goes off as well. So auto pass morale on this combined squad just here. What's he doing?
He should be back.
He's trying to get away. Okay. Right, psychic phase is finished then. A couple of powers going off. So far, so good. Now we'll go on to shooting phase next. This could be critical here on turn 1. All right, so orders being granted here. Take aim and take aim put on these. Pound them to dust here. And that's it. All right, so we'll commence firing. Move being granted here. Commander's running away. Okay, there's a plan. Okay, so he's going to go for the mortars first of all. They're going to fire across here. 1 squad of them is going to go after this squad of gene stealers. Not a squad, it's a brood. Okay. 3d6 shots.
So that's 8 shots.
And you're in range?
Oh yeah, 48 inch range.
Oh yeah, nice. I think that mortars are going to be a problem. Yes, alright, do carry on.
Force to hit, re-rolling for the take aim.
Yeah, and the strength 4 as well. This is going to cause trouble here. Force to wound.
So it's 3 saves.
Okay. So we count as being in cover. So we get 4 up save.
Yep.
She saved 2, but one of them has succumbed. Take the one from the back. Just there. But 1 gene stealer gone. James can claim here that he's killed at least something so far. It's a good start. The next squad, same target, 3d6 shots. 6 rounds this time. Same order's been cast on them. Forced to hit rerolls.
Re-rolling those misses.
And forced to wound. It's not as bad as I thought it'd be. Nothing. No, just 1 gene stealer killed. Alright, but mortar's finished. Multi-laser now. It's coming from the scout sentinel just across to here.
Re-rolling 1's because I stood still. Because it's a scout move. No.
Missed. Alright. Don't be nervous on the trigger. Keep calm. Alright, so the super heavy next. It's going to fire everything it has into the gene stealers just here. So twin heavy bolters, 3 sets, 2 las cannons, and the big gun called
Tremor cannon.
Tremor cannon. Hey, now that slows us down. Right, nice. Alright, so this is twin heavy bolters.
Twin heavy bolters into that, yeah.
Okay. So forced to hit.
I don't reroll 1s because it's an auxiliary detachment.
Mm-hmm.
So I read that in the codex. So that's that there.
Okay, roughly half the shots coming through. 3 to wound. Strength 5. Whoa. We count as being in cover. Saved all of them except one. So one brought down. Yeah, quite hard to eradicate these at the moment. 2 laser cannon shots. Bit overkill here, but that's the only targets they have. 1 hit. And it does wound. We'll go to an invuln save. Which you pass. Whoa. Okay, it's dodged the laser as it came through. Jumping over the laser. Doing a back arch manoeuvre and then landing back on its feet. Licking its lips. Your time is short, James. They'll be closing down the range.
The big boy.
The big gun, right, okay.
It's 3d6 shots.
God.
That's 13.
Yes, 13, yes.
So that's 10.
God, imagine firing that into a monstrous creature or a vehicle.
4s to hit. They are hits. It's strength 8, AP minus 2, 3 damage, but you can your movement is halved and you cannot advance.
Okay, 2 to wound. Invuln saves. We saved 1, so we lost 3.
So your movement is halved and you can't advance.
That is very significant. Not so much the casualties, but the fact that we're slowed down. It's a major result there. That's perfect for trying to slow down these gene stealers. James may well be thankful for choosing that configuration for the Baneblade in this game. It's not a Baneblade,
It's just a super heavy tank series, so it's
Bane Hammer.
based on the Baneblade chassis.
Right. Okay, not too bad so far. Number of gene stealers has been brought down. We'll press on with the shooting here. So, frag round from the grenade. This is the squad at the front. Cock dice, yeah, roll again at a 2. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other shots. So James just join them all together here. Needing 4s. Resting their barrels on the edge of the wall here for more accuracy. 2 wounds get through. See if a las gun can bring down. Oh, he's killed 2. Well done. So we'll not survive too well here. Being shot up pretty bad. We've taken 6 casualties. Okay, so Hunter Killer Missile is going to fire. The Sentinel stood still. It needs 4s. -1 for Jormungandr.
But rerolling 1s because I'm Gideon.
Okay, so 5+. It's a miss. So that's the missile gone. The laser's been used, or too far away.
Too far away.
Okay. Battle cannon next stood still. 2d6 shots. This is from this Russ just over here. This one in the corner. So James has rolled his number of shots. It's 6. So here we go. Whoa.
Rerolling 1s, thankfully, because I stood still.
Mm-hmm.
So is it -1 to hit you?
Yep.
Because of your venom fruits. So it's only 1 hit.
Whoa, that has really helped.
And there's a fail.
God, ineffective. Wow. You usually see the battle cannon do something, but failing to get any wounds. Yep, laser cannon. Same target. 5 for a hit.
Lads Kevin, coming in hot. Oh, rerolling 1s, thankfully. No.
No. Big difference, especially against an army needing 4s to hit usually. The -1 makes a big difference. So, yeah, there's questions over me taking that hive fleet, but I do like it. It does help. So, that -1 to hit is being generated by these venom ropes here at the back. And then when I am hit, I'm gaining cover as well. It's all designed just to help a little bit here with these creatures to try and keep them alive for as long as possible. There's a little bubble here of creatures sticking together, trying to survive for as long as they can. So I was going to say heavy bolters, but they're out of range. Range 36 falls to about here at the moment.
2 laser cannons, same target.
Yeah, it's going to fire 2 laser cannons. Everything else on those vehicles is out of range at this stage. They've both missed on 2 4s. God, you would have got a lot of hits here if it wasn't for that -1.
Yep.
Another battle cannon's going to fire. He's firing still here, aren't you, this lead?
Yeah, this is the tank command.
Yeah, look, 6 inches, yeah. So still protected.
I did pound them to dust order.
Mhm.
I get to reroll my ordnance.
Okay.
So I'm going to reroll that because I pound them to dust.
Okay, it was a 4. Still a 4.
Okay.
And 5s for hits.
Nope, it's 4 hits, it's +1 to hit.
Oh, because you're a commander, yeah, okay.
Rerolling 1s because I caged, so I stood still. That's better.
Better.
Strength 8, AP -2. 3s to wound, it's toughness 7.
One wound comes through, -2. So 3 up save becomes a 5 up, and then +1 for being in cover. 4 up save. which we fail, and it's D3 damage, you're saying? Yeah, no, well, I was going to use a command reroll, but we're not going to reroll that. Now, James has rolled a 1. He rolled it before we declared, so I have to sit with the result, which is a 1. Anyway, so 1 wound taken here on this front card effects. Right, she's got heavy bolters here, nicely set up behind this wall. They haven't moved, they've just merged. Yeah, all right, so they'll fire, but even 5, so. Same target, it's going to try and reduce at least one of these carnifexes down. 9 shots.
Because I stood still.
Yeah, just hold it there. Look what we're saying here, the difference. This is your hits. That's what you could have got. See the difference that -1 makes? Big difference.
But I've got a plan.
5's got a plan, he says. 5 wounds.
Not telling you the secret.
5's to wound. 1 wound comes through. 3 up save. Passed for being in cover. James has a hunter-killer as well to fire. This is from the commander's tanks. He's going to let loose with that into 5. Yeah. And a miss. A lot of ordnance fired in this direction. The smoke clears and these monsters still emerge alive. Interesting results here. This looks pretty powerful, this monster bubble. And that marks the end of the shooting phase, and James says the end of the turn. So the best results have been on this flank, far across here. Genestealer is taking a pounding, and these, with the result that James has scored, means they'll not be allowed to advance, and their movement will be reduced to half. So it's a 4-inch move. That is tragic for that unit. And I reckon James will pound this one, slow it down, then he'll pound the next, and he's going to slow this advance right down here. Awkward that, because we were hoping for a potential charge here. That's not going to happen, I don't think. So movement, well, the whole turn's complete now. We've got a little bit of morale, which I think we're on auto passes here. Yeah, synapse, so auto pass for morale. The Tyranids are not shaken here. We'll go on to their first turn coming up next. Right, so we're on Tyranid turn 1 here, getting ready to move. James, on his cards here, he's paying 2 command points, going to try and regain them. He doesn't, so 2 have been used up. He's dumping secure objective 2, which is that one over there. I can see why he wants to give up on that card. And he's now picked up Death from Afar.
Score 1 victory point if an enemy unit that was wholly within their deployment zone at the start of the turn was destroyed by a unit wholly within your deployment zone.
Right, so long range firepower, trying to take out a unit. That is achievable as well. James hasn't scored any points this round. Difficult objectives to grab. He's dumped one of them. And then the other 2 cards he's failed to complete. So we'll go on to movement now. We'll reveal our cards here. So we choose 3, which are overwhelming firepower. Score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed during the shooting phase of your turn. If you kill 3 or more, it's D3. That's quite doable. Master the Warp. Score 1 victory point if you manifested or denied a psychic power during this turn. If you manifested or denied 3 or more, it's D3. These are all very achievable here. This could be a good round for the Tyranids. And no prisoners. Score 1 victory point if an enemy unit was destroyed during a turn. 3 and 5, it's D3, or 6 or more, it's D3 plus 3. These are all very achievable cards here on this turn. Possibly we could achieve some of them. So that's a good start there for the Tyranids. We'll let them make their moves now. Okay, so movement done here. The Tyranid Horde begins its advance. We're just going to hold back with him. If he sits still, he can fire twice, and the Rupture Cannon is in range. I'm going to hold back there with the turn effects. Great to have this unit here. It's not my own, though. It's borrowed, but still happy to use it. I'm glad the members of the club have painted him up in a matching colour scheme, which is great to see. Venomthropes have advanced to here, so granting that -1 to a number of models. The Carnifexes have moved up. This one's gone 7 and can fire normally. These two had to advance. They will lose their cover bonus, but they had to advance just to get within range with their heavy venom cannons. Hive Tyrant a bit quicker, 9-inch move of him, so he's moved just to there. So trying to pile up the firepower at this side of the table, just to here, to try and reduce down these Lehman Russ tanks, which are effective enough with their firepower. We need to do some damage against them. There's 4 of them to try and deal with. And then coming through on the other side, the Geniuses making their advance, scuttling through the cathedral just here, unit there and unit here. Broodlord there and Broodlord just tucked in there. Exocrines burst through the wall here, as appeared just there, going 6 inches. And then these slowed right down, just 4 inches moved by this unit of Geniuses, slowed down by the effect of this Bane Sword. Bane Hammer, what's the name of the gun?
Tremor Cannon. Tremor
Cannon, right. Excellent weapon for slowing down hordes. It's been effective there against that Gene Stealer unit. Okay, so movement done. We're going to Psychic Phase next. Chance to pick up some victory points, actually, for casting some Psychic powers. Okay, so Psychic Phase complete here. Pretty effective for the Tyranids. Pretty much all the powers have gone off. We cast Smite from here and hit him and rolled an 11 actually, so we rolled d6 damage. It was 3 mortal wounds coming through. And then the smaller Broodlord just tucked in there. He fired or let off the Horror against this unit here, so they're on -1 to the hit rolls. Then down here we cast Onslaught on this one, which means no penalty for advancing and firing. And then we cast Catalyst and put it on these, so 5+, they'll ignore wounds that come through. So happy with that, a nice selection of psychic powers being used. And at the end of the turn we'll get D3 victory points for completing Master the Warp tactical objective. So pretty good here. We'll go on to shooting phase now. This is a critical turn. A nice lot of heavy firepower lined up here for the Tyranids. We'll see how much damage they can do against these heavy main battle tanks of the Astra Militarum. Right, so we'll start shooting phase here with the Tyrannifex. It's going to fire all the way across here, range 48. We're going to go after this Russ just here. We've stood still so we can fire twice, and we've activated Pathogenic Slime, so we get +1 to the damage here in the shooting phase. It lasts the whole phase. If you fire twice, this card will count. So it'll be d6 +1 damage each time. We've got to hit first. So we're going to fire the first slot here at this target, needing 4s. That's a good start. We'll keep those 2 hits. Strength 10, so we need 3s to wound. They both wound. Yeah, just check that. It's -3 to your save, so 6 up save. There's no cover. No. 2d6 +1. Or 2d6 +2, really. 9, 10, 11 wounds scored with that first round of fire. Ouch, yeah. So I've crippled that tank with the opening salvo there from the Tyrannifex. Already starting to fall in love with this model here. Horrific.
It is totally fluffy.
It is, it's a good gun.
It says in the law that they can take out a Land Raider with 1 shot. So.
Right, so you
Oh, yeah.
so it hurts, but it's realistic. With the Rupture Cannon. Right, so do we go overkill? Maybe leave that tank to be finished off by one of these Carnifexes here, and we'll switch target. We'll fire a second lot, and we'll go after this Russ just here. So 3 shots, needing 4s. That was a particularly good round. Maybe I'll just miss here with these, like so. I'll use it as half a chance. We'll use a command point here. No, it balanced on a 4, so we've entirely missed with that second round. James just trying to steal that stratagem to gain a command point. No, so I need to remove one of these. I've already used up 4 now. I've got 3 left. That reroll being used up this turn. But not bad. Good start. Almost destroying the Lehman Russ there with some devastating firepower from the Tyrannifex. We'll go here. This one advanced. So D3 shots. Do get 2. You just need 4s to hit with the help of enhanced sensors. Going after him, by the way, just to try and finish him off. It is freeze to wound, it's strength 9. Yes, it does wound, and it's -2, I believe. So, no, it's gone, it's dead. So you can roll up to see if you explode. Now, if you do explode, the poor little racklings might be hurt here. No, they're all right, okay. So, yeah, first blood, 1 rust down, 3 left to go. All right, next one. Remember, onslaught here, so we're on freeze to hit. D3 shots. 2 shots, needing 3s. 1 gets the hit. 3s to wound, yes. Save here of 5+. I was going straight 3 damage. No, 3 damage comes in against this Russ here. So James, frustrated here, the Tyranids are kicking out a nasty amount of firepower. In return, usually the Imperial Guard can fire out pretty good and not expect too much back. The Tyranids firing some pretty deadly salvos in return. Bit of exchange, long-range exchange of firepower taking place. Tyranids have the upper hand at the moment. Fire the next one. 3 shots. Oh, a groan here from the Astra Militarum. Only 1 hit comes through though. Does wound. So another 5-up save or another 3 damage, knocking down the wounds. No. Oh, down to 6, half dead. Hive Tyrant here, just sneaking around this corner. He's armed with the same weapon. So D3 shots from him.
Is he armed?
Just the 1. 3s to hit. Yes, he gets his hit. And does get his wound. And it's -2.
Is it a relic?
It is, yeah, but none of the special rules count at this range. You need to get close for auto hits.
What?
We've got 8 inches is auto hits.
Homing weapon.
And 2s to wound, but it's other than vehicles, so it doesn't wound a vehicle on a 2+. Oh, he blocks that one. Well done. Okay. But pretty good firepower here. Pretty happy about that. There's some pretty nice long-range firepower coming through. A half-killed Russ and 1 that has been destroyed. So far in this exchange between these 4 Russes and these 5 monsters, the Tyranids are prevailing. All right, so shooting phase complete here. We fired the exocrine as well here. It moved. We just got 1 hit and 1 kill, and that was one of the guards from just down here. We're tempted to fire at this. We want to leave that there. Might be able to leapfrog into it by charging with these just to get them ahead a bit further. So that is the end of the shooting phase. Not too bad. Tyranids, it's a good start from them. They picked up first blood, actually, and they have destroyed a target. There's a card for that, I think. We might be able to pick up a victory point. And then remember the psychic powers that we used. There's D3 victory points available there as well. We'll go on to the assaults now. Yes, there are some, potentially. We'll go on to that next and resolve some Overwatch. All right, so charges are taking place. We tried to charge this unit of Genius Distillers and failed against the Sentinel just here. But this charge has gone ahead. No damage taken from Overwatch for either of these units. So how many wounds? 5 wounds.
It's got 6 wounds, but it's down to 3.
Right, okay, so I reckon it's in a bit of trouble, yeah. So just that charge has gone ahead. We'll go on to combat resolution next. All right, so combat's resolved. It was resolved very quickly here. James didn't detonate there after he was shredded to pieces by the geniuses, and they've consolidated 3 inches. Nearest enemy model is this Sentinel just here, almost catching that one out in combat as well. So that is the turn finished. So pretty good from the Tyranids. We'll roll up some victory points for them next. Yeah, so I'm going to hand this one in. Overwhelming firepower. We did destroy units, so I'll claim that victory point here. So that one's been used up. And then we'll keep no prisoners, because just in case we cause a massacre, pick up a nice lot of points there. Then we'll hand in Master of the Warp. 3 psychic powers, so that is D3 victory points here. Just the 1. Okay, so 1 point scored for that. That means we can draw 2 fresh cards next turn. Just there. We've picked up 2 victory points here, and then First Blood has been scored as well. So not a bad start. 3 victory points scored in total for the Tyranids. So that's the score then. To the Tyranids, good start from them, and the Red Tide surges ahead. All guns blazing here, and Gene Stealers scuttling through the ruins. Looking a bit close now to the Imperial line, but James, look at this wedge formation here behind this wall. Guns levelled 2 ranks deep, ready to fire. No doubt this unit of Gene Stealers will attract a lot of attention. We'll go on to the second turn now for the Astra Militarum, We'll see what kind of damage they can do. They need a good round here before the Tyranids start to overwhelm the Imperial lines. Classic matchup here. It's great to see Tyranids fighting against the Guard here, and quite an epic scene now set before us. We're going to turn 2 for the forces of the Astra Militarum. Okay, so we are on the second turn of the Astra Militarum. Recon's falling back from the cathedral. They've looked through the window, don't like what they see. Guards are lining up. I doubt James is going to pull back from this line. This is where they'll hold them, here at the barricade. Psyker's moving up as well. Primary Psyker just moving there. 2 ranks deep, James. Heavy bolters at the ready. Some of them horrified by previous psychic power, but they'll hold the line. I reckon you'll do a lot of damage here. Potentially, I think James could hurt the Tyranids here. He has used jury-rigging stratagem to push up this wounded Russ back up to 7 wounds, taking out the damage bracket, so all 3 of these can fire at full effect. James will be glad to have their firepower available, and of course this one here available to shoot as well. What does this one mean? That was from something.
That's -1. That was in the previous turn.
Previous turn, right, okay. Mortars at the ready, loading the rounds just there. Oh yes, you have squads inside.
Correct.
Reinforcing the line, James. Well done. Great to see.
Activating the relic for sure.
Oh yes, the relic of
Cadia.
Right, okay, off of Cadia. Okay.
So 3 or 1 to get into wound.
All right, so just looking at James's victory points here. Destroy a unit in the shooting phase, he gets a point. If the big gun does it, or the big super heavy, if he does it, he'll get D3 victory points. That's a good one, overkill. Death from afar, if James destroys something from his deployment zone to mine, that's possible. Possible as well, a bit more difficult. And objective number 1, don't think he's going to get there for quite a while, so that one's not really available at the moment. It could be at the later turn, or a later turn in the game. But for now, a couple of objectives to try pick up points. James does need to pick up points here, but also he can't ignore the Tyranids whilst he does that. He needs to try and reduce them down here, as we could be looking at a full-on charge against his line here. All right, so movement phase complete here for the guard. Hold. Have these moved?
They have.
I thought they had. Yeah, they've shifted across left.
But they've still got grind advances.
Fine. Right. Okay. So they're all okay. He's remained stationary.
Yes.
Right, okay. And so the rattling's just there. You can hardly notice them, just tucked away. They're hoping that the Tyranids don't see them, hiding behind the sandbags just there. Holding position, but the Psychers remain still. Army commander's just here. These two squads disembark. James saying he's activating the relic of lost Cadia. Cadia.
Right now.
Okay. Psychers here, Primaris Psyker here. An advanced move done by him and activating smoke. Pulling right back from the building here. Emergency retreat taking place. He's remained where he is. This squad now has fallen back from the wall, abandoning that section, and then the mortars remaining stationary just there. So guard now in sort of this V-shape position here, trying to funnel the Tyranids in to a crossfire by the looks of it. Okay, and then the tanks repositioned just there. We'll go on to Psychic. Yes, you do have Psychic phase. Right, we'll do that next. Right, so Smite coming through. That will help here against these Gene Stealers. This is from the Primaris Psyker. So
5. Goes off on 6.
yeah, it's D3 damage. 1. Okay, so one of those gone. So that's 1 so far. And maybe I'm going to leave him to keep my... Oh no, it's 12-inch range for auto pass morale, so that we're fine. Totally in range, no problem at all. So lose the one at the back. Next is those guys. Smite across there, yep.
+1, so nope, doesn't go off.
Okay, and then these guys just here by the statue. 2. Doesn't go off. Okay. So that's Psychic phase done. Gene Stealer smitten by the Primaris Psycho. We'll go on to shooting phase next. Right, so on shooting phase here, I'm not going to go through all the orders, but James casting loads of different orders here. Take aim. Go and point them out. Point them out here. Which ones? Take aim across here.
Yeah. Take aim with them.
Yep.
Spending the command point to additional order.
Right.
First rank fire, second rank fire to them, as within 3 of that Volkscaster, within 18 of another. So they get first rank fire, second rank fire.
Okay.
Those 2 ones there.
Right, and then across the mortars as well. No.
Yeah, they got take aim.
Both squads.
Both squads with initiative.
All right, orders being barked out here by the commanders here. Not panic. There's no panic, is there? Not panicking.
We're going to activate the relic and it's full of morale.
Oh, confidence here. Oh, I know why. I know why. Look, they're next to the Space Marine statue.
Yes. Arcadia. And for the Imperium.
So this, I take it, this is a loyalist section of your Imperial.
Yes, we are loyalists today.
Right.
We are
Okay.
fanatically loyal to the Emperor.
Oh, right. Okay. Okay. Right. Well, yes. Yeah. Okay. In the face of Tyranids, I guess you would be.
Executioner.
This one, pound them to dust. Ordered here as well. Okay. So 13 shots coming in from these. And what does first rank fire? Second rank fire?
4 shots at rapid fire.
Oh. Right. Very good. Okay.
So that's 26.
26 shots.
Plus the rear guys up there as well.
They get it as well.
Yeah, they get 2 instead of 4 because they're not in rapid fire.
Wow. Yeah, so 26 shots James will get in total here. Let's just line up his shots here. Loads of las gun shots here. Lock and load, men.
And
Fixed bayonets as well.
fragmentation with the grenade launcher.
Yeah, he's going to have D6 shots in there with the frag round from the grenade launcher as well. Just to amplify his shooting. Right, so 4s to hit here with all of these shots. 26.
Oh dear.
James can reroll some 1s here for his doctrine. So just reroll them. That's pretty good. And then just take away all of the misses. Yeah, 5s to 1, 5s to wound, rerolling 1s with the help of the relic. So you reroll that one. Okay. There's not too many. There's just, well, not just, 6 is a fair amount. 4s, because we're wholly within cover. We do save 3. 3 Gene Stealers brought down. Any amount of Gene Stealers has been brought down. Overlapping Fields of Fire, we've just played here. Okay. He's regained one of those command points back. What's the name of that ability?
Overlapping Fields of Fire.
No, the ability here to regain your command points.
That's the...
Aquila.
Yeah, I steal with the Aquila.
What's it called?
Shurov's Aquila.
Okay.
And Strategic Genius. Any
Right, okay. Okay. They are the masters of command points, the Guard. I don't think there's many others that can beat them. So Fields of Fire, leave that there, that's fine. Yes, we know that can amplify your shooting. Right, okay, very good. I need to remove 3 models from here. The damage that's been taken. Alright, so reducing them down. I think these are going to get hammered this turn. Next squad. That's just one squad. He's got this squad here, and he's got these to fire as well, and other units no doubt will support. Right, so 18 shots coming from this unit. A lot of them out of rapid fire range, so not as effective with their first rank fire, second rank fire. That's the number of 4 shots coming in. Right, that's the frag round from the grenade launcher. So that's 22 in total.
Not any 4s, but I need 3s to vote I can fill the fire.
Okay, yeah.
Reroll 1s.
This is well disciplined firepower here. Reroll that one. That's it. Gets the hit, and James is just going to remove the 2s, a few of them. And 5s to wound. Yeah, I think it's going to cause trouble here. Since there's only so much damage they can take. Each one that's brought down will give the guard cause to rejoice.
Reroll 1s because of the relic.
It's generated another wound. Okay, so there's those 4 and those 2. Oh, ouch. 4 more gene stealers brought down. Well done. So at this squad firing, James has the las gun shots, included the las guns that are allowed to fire from these, okay. James on +1 to hit for this, -1 to hit for the psychic power. So back down to 4s.
Yep.
Okay, so 4s. Rerolling 1s, I take it?
Yes, because you're in 12.
There go, the relic, yeah, okay. So looking for 4s. It's not as accurate here, the psychic power helping out a little bit.
5s to wound.
Toughness 4 helping a lot here for the gene stealers, helping to keep them alive. Ouch. It's good though. That's all of them. Whoa, just 2 brought down from that firepower. Heavy bolters though, 9 shots will come from them. Starting to be thinned out here. The squad's been reduced, or the brood's been reduced down by about half now.
So it's 4 to hit rerolling to take aim and not stood still.
Yep.
Reroll those misses.
Pretty good.
Nice.
Pretty good.
It's 3s to wound, rerolling 1s because of the relic.
Okay.
AP -1.
Oh yes. Very good. Okay, so we're down to, we'll take a 5 up invuln save. We save 1, but that's not good. 6 brought down by heavy bolter firepower. Well done. 6 gene stealers. Mowed down. You charge into this formation, this V formation here, and gene stealers being pulverised by massed firepower of the guard. A loud hurrah goes up from the line. Oh no.
For honour!
Yeah, no, well, honourable here. Well done. Yeah, so that's what the unit looks like now. 4 of them left. They've been utterly obliterated here by firepower from the guardsmen. Hurts. That really hurts. All right, so James onto this Bane Hammer here is going to fire next. 2 las cannon shots. Do those first of all. He's declared those off against the front carnifex just over there. So 4s. Oh, sorry, -1. Oh, still 2 hits though. 5 and a 6. Well done. 3s to wound. 1 wound comes through. He's contemplating a reroll here.
You advanced, didn't you?
With this particular one, yes. So we don't count as having cover.
Yep.
He's going to go for it.
So
okay.
5 plus a regain. Nope.
Nope. He's using up command points. He's got 6 left now. So a good number of them used. Still 6 left over. The wound does come through. So 2 wounds have come through here. That's going to be 2d6 damage. This could hurt. So we've checked cover. This wall is in the way here, but it's not enough obscurity. So we're going to say no cover at all. So we've got saves of 6 to make here. Otherwise, I think this carnifex is going to die. No 6s. Right, so 2d6 damage. 1 wound has already been taken. You need 7 in total. 11. Right. Goodbye, carnifex. Down it comes. Whoa, destroyed by las cannon fired. Nice firepower that's las cannons at their best. Next is heavy bolters. They're all going to converge their firepower on the gene stealers here to try and finish them off. This will put the guard in a healthy position. He's still got all of those Russes to fire. 4s to hit, no bonuses here. The super heavy doesn't get that. But yeah, so shots coming in. So straight 4s.
Yeah.
Tyranids need to be careful here. If they get thinned down too much, the guard will, once they're weakened, will surge ahead and control the boards. Tyranids may well need to change tactics here. Full-on charge. I don't think it's going to work. But these units are too far away. The lead unit, which is close, is about to be wiped out here potentially. So we get cover, but it's -1, isn't it? So 5 up. We've blocked 2, but 4 gone. That's it. You've done it.
Yeah.
Well done. Very, very good. Lead gene stealer utterly destroyed here. Yep, so unit destroyed, that can disappear. And James has scored overkill tactical objective. Oh, with the super heavy, right, very good. So you'll get D3 victory points. Well done. That was the super heavy destroying that unit, which you needed to do to pick up the D3 victory points just there. So this is going well for the Guard. Good bounce back from them. So James is going to fire this Russ. It's back up to full capacity here. So this is 2d6 shots coming from the turret weapon. 11 shots.
Yep. Wrath of Cadia.
And you're on reroll ones.
Reroll ones.
Because you've been 12 of the relic.
Yep.
Wow. And it's one use only, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one use only.
Okay. Well, this was the turn to do it.
One use only.
Okay. 4s to hit them. Hang on. Just check a range here. Hang on a second. It might be -1. Yeah, just about within 6 there. -1 then. So 5s rerolling 1s. God, that could be our saving grace. Yeah, it is. Look. 5 4s. Oh, but 4 6s.
Strength 8 against toughness 7.
3s to wound.
So supercharge, and there's no 1s, so I didn't do it.
Yeah, nice clean shot coming through. 3s to wound. You can reroll only 1s. Oh, but they all wound.
AP -3.
AP -3. No cover because we advanced. So we're on 6s to block these. We do block 1.
6 damage.
So 6 damage in total because it's 2 at a time. So you've almost killed that. Heavy bolters will fire across. They are within range. We're within range 36, so they must be. And James rolling up for his shots here. Doing very well. Get 4 hits. Yeah, 2 6s.
Nice one. It's dead.
Yes. Because we need 4s. AP -1. We're not in cover here. The wall's not big enough. Right.
You can spend a command point.
Maybe.
Las cannon as well.
Yeah. I think it's worth trying to keep him alive. Just to annoy you. 4+. Blah! Wasted command point. And James doesn't steal the command point. Alright, so Carnifex gone and a command point used up. Okay, so that one's gone. James has just fired a multi-laser across. That was from him and has caused no trouble across here. So now a lot of firepower reduced. 2 Carnifex is gone. That's going to hurt the Tyranids. Still got a fair bit of firepower left. A good chunk of it left. So Tyranids still have a chance here. Right, okay, but it's the same amount of firepower is going to be fired again. I take it going after this one. Yeah. Okay.
Pound them to dust. So I reroll my ordnance. Position ordnance.
Right, okay. 2d6. Surely not an 11. Close. 9. It's very, very good. Average should be 6 or 7. He's got 9 and 11 so far for number of shots. It is 5s to hit though, yes.
Because of the relic, even though I moved. So
Oh boy, just the 2 hits.
3s to wound because I supercharged. Rerolling 1s to wound because of the relic.
Uh-huh.
No, just 1.
Just the one. 5. Now we do count as being in cover here. It's -3.
Did you advance? No.
No.
5.
Is it
-3, yeah.
saved? Because we didn't advance. The other enthusiastic ones have died. The one that held back is still alive. And that has saved him. So no damage so far. Got a laser cannon shot coming through. Into 5.
Hit.
Oh, a plum hit.
Wounded.
Does wound.
3.
5 up save again. No.
D6.
D6 damage, yeah. Oh, no. 6. Carnifex taking a nasty hit there. Laser cannon round bursts into its flesh here and out the other side, cutting it. You could smell the burnt flesh and the smouldering wound now on its side from that laser cannon hit. Cries out in agony. Whoa. Is there any sound effects you can't do? Right, okay. Oh dear, it's like a zoo in here. Right, so, yeah, heavy bolters. We're losing track here of what's going on, losing our grip on reality. Yeah, we're getting slowly sucked into the warp, I think, the 40k universe. Right, 6 shots.
1 hit.
Yes. No wound, all right. So that's that Russ finished. He's still got the commander left to fire. Now, before we move on, James forgot to fire the big gun. The tremor cannon, right. He had declared a target off camera, so we'll resolve that next. He was going after the bigger mob of gene stealers just there, so we'll resolve that next. 3d6 shots.
So
It's not bad, it's 10.
10 shots.
And then you'll be forced to hit with no kind of bonuses.
No, it's
Okay.
an auxiliary detachment.
Yep.
If it was 3 bone blades with the super heavy detachment, I would get the regiment keyword.
Okay.
So I just learnt that the other day.
Yes, always learning here.
Community. Fours.
Horrific.
Very good.
2 to wound.
Yeah, strength 8, AP -2. Yeah.
2 wounds. And an insult here if we roll up a 5. Yeah, 1 blocked. So 1 gene stealer just from the back can disappear. All right, so that's that resolved. I think... Oh, you've still got a fair bit of shooting to go. Still got the mortars to go. We're going to fire this Russ here. You've already let loose with the Hunter Killer. That's gone. Battle Cannon, Laser Cannon are going to try and finish off this Carnifex. Heavy Bolters are going to go into this Broodlord, which is actually the closest model now. The Gene Stealers that were there have been destroyed. Yes, Heavy Bolters, 6 shots.
So 3s, because it's commander.
Yep. Cool, he's good. Deadly firepower here from the guard.
Wound. Oh, your toughness 5?
Yeah, there's 2 frees in there.
Yeah.
I think we save both.
Okay. Yeah, because you've got 4+ save, and you're in cover, AP -1. So
And +1. Okay, yeah, we're okay. So no damage there. Here we go. Laser Cannon. See if that finishes off the Carnifex here.
3s to hit, rerolling 1s because of relic. Rerolling 1s, thankfully.
Okay.
Hit.
Okay.
Strength 9, toughness 7.
Oh, it does wound.
So it becomes AP -2, basically.
Yeah, it's a 5 up save. No, it's D6. 2 or more to kill it. 3. There's nothing we can do here. No, it's gone. Another one gone. The Carnifexes have been brought down very quickly here.
Target.
So we're on mortars next. He's going to try and pummel some Gene Stealers with those. Resolve that shooting. I think that's about it for the guard. Alright, so mortars fired at both of these squads. And then also this squad here at longer range. And in total, they have reduced the Gene Stealer unit down to just 2 left. Horrific firepower. Guard really doing well, bringing Gene Stealers down. Just 1 decent sized squad left. Hardly anything left here. And then the annihilated squad just there. Tyranids have taken an awful battering here on this turn. Guard, the Astra Militarum have been able to let loose of 2 rounds of firepower, and it has been withering here. The Tyranids suffering now. I was confident with them on turn 1. We dished out some decent damage, but then James has responded here with some blistering firepower coming through. The might of the Astra Militarum is keeping the Tyranids at bay here. An excellent display from them. Okay, yeah, so no charges at all. Morale is fine for the Tyranids. Auto pass. For the Gene Stealers, they're within 12 of the Synapse creatures, and I need to roll up for them. They'll fearlessly continue the game. As to what direction they choose to go, we'll have to see. We may have to revert to a tactical play now. Maybe try and linger and hide and lurk around here, and maybe get the guard to try and advance, because another attempt to charge in this direction. Remember, these can't advance or do anything much now with that Tremor Cannon hit. 2 Gene Stealers are not going to break into here. To cause too much trouble, so it may well be foolhardy to press on with the advance. We have to play more slyly and more tactically, I think, especially with the monstrous creatures that remain. But Tyranids officially are in trouble now as we head on to their second turn. So turn 2 is finished for the guard. We'll head on to the second turn for the Tyranids next. What do? Their numbers depleted. A lot of creatures crying out in agony and pain here as they're being blasted off the face of this planet. We're going to the second turn now for the Tyranids. James can roll up his victory points.
I achieved overkill.
You did, and it's D3.
For heavy.
That's fine, yeah, no, great job, well done.
So I scored 2.
Scored 2 points, well done. And that's it, is it?
I'm just double checking actually. Were you in my...
Oh, looking to see if he...
Death from afar. Score 1 victory point. Enemy
No, we'd all moved out of our deployment zone. Okay. Any targets, yeah, so no point picked up for that. Okay, so James picking up a couple of points there. It's roughly evens here with the score, so we'll draw... We have this one in play, no prisoners. I'm not sure how easily we can accomplish that one. We'll draw 2 more cards. Hopefully some objectives. Secure objective 4. Where is that one, James? Objective number 4. There's 5.
What is there?
Oh, great. Okay. Well, Tyranids can dream, can't they? We'll not capture that one. And then Witch Hunter. Secure 1 victory point if one enemy cycle is destroyed during this turn. That could maybe be possible. It's doable. So those are the cards that are available. Perhaps some difficult objectives to try and achieve here for the Tyranids. We'll press some of their movement. We'll see what they decide to do. All right, so Tyranid movement here, and it's a difficult situation because of the blistering firepower that's coming from the Astra Militarum. But we've got a plan to try and compensate as much as we can. So we've held position here. We do have a couple of targets with this one. The main aim for him is to take out this, possibly this. Going to try and go for a couple of kills this turn to try and fulfill one of the tactical objectives. Then that's the view that he has. So he's remained stationary, get to fire twice. The Venom Ropes have moved out. They've spread out. One just here, one just this side of the wall, and one there in sort of a V shape, like so. And with that, they're granting -1 to hit to the entire army now, virtually, apart from Broodlord just in there. But to him, so the Hive Tyrant has remained where he is. And then also to the Exocrine now. This Gene Stadium, which has advanced and fallen back to here. There's only 2 of them left, so I'm just going to use them to try and anchor an objective. And these have shifted across 4, slowed down by the firepower from the Super Heavy tank. But they've shifted across. Broodlord's gone ahead just here to try and get within 18 inches range for Smite. And the other Broodlord has just fallen back to just here, just upstairs, just there. So that's movement done. We're going to Psychic Phase. Tyranids, we're trying to stay away from this flank. It's very strong with the Astra Militarum. Going to try and lay down some firepower in this particular area. I think the key is to try and remove as much monster-killing firepower as possible. These aren't so much of a threat, but these have to be dealt with, and eventually so does the Super Heavy if the Tyranids stand any chance of prevailing in this battle. Right, so that Psychic Phase finished now, and it's been very quiet here for the Tyranids. We cast Smite from here, just within 18 inches range, but James blocked that with the Psychos just here. Onslaught we didn't use from him. Catalyst we tried to cast, but failed, didn't roll high enough. And then the Horror here we cast, that did go off, so -1 to hit on James's shooting phase for them. Other than that, that's Psychic Phase done. We'll go on to the shooting phase next, a critical point here for the Tyranids. So we'll start here. We're going to fire him first of all, and we're going to go for this Russ. No stratagems to use, only 4s. And missed. That's not good. We'll fire again. Terrible. Oh dear, 4s can let you down. We'll use... Yeah, we'll use a final command point here. Doesn't pay off. All command points gone. James, you can try and steal that. That was a stratagem that was used. 5+. No, 3's to wound. It does wound though. And it's -3, so 6 up save. No, and it's D6 damage. Will not destroy this target. We have caused 4 wounds. James down to 3 left on this Russ. It's in a sorry state now. It's been hit by the rupture cannon here. But that's a shame that we were going to try and destroy one and then move on to another, but we've failed to do that there with a poor show of firepower from the Tyranids. So we'll go down to the Hive Tyrant here. Might be able to finish it off. D3 shots, 2, 3s to hit. Ouch! Just the one gets through. It doesn't wound. I've got no rerolls left. Oh dear, I'm sensing here the Tyranids are going to lose their grip on this game. They've got to do something. Alright, so fire the Exocrine next. It is here. It moved into position last turn, and it does have a view through the windows and the rubble to the tanks here. We're not going to try and finish him. We're going to move on to this Russ here. We are within range 36. We've remained stationary. 3s. Yeah, look at this horrific dice rolling. James's Imperial Guard dice are terrible. 1 wound does come through. It's -3, and so a 6 up save. No, right, so that's 2 damage. We'll fire at the same target again, because it remains stationary. Look at that again. Horrendous. Utterly horrific. And a wound does come through, and it's a 6 up save for more wounds. No, another 2. So 4 wounds in total. So down to 8. Alright, so I've changed my dice here to red ones to see if that helps, because that was horrific. Alright, so that is it. That's shooting phase done. I haven't got anything else here. The plan was to try and destroy at least something. We've put some more wounds on this. This one's severely crippled. This one's taken some damage, but still in a pretty healthy state. So much of the Imperial firepower remains. That is actually the end of the turn. And we have picked up no victory points at all. We didn't destroy any units, and we didn't kill a Psyker. And objective 4 is long out of reach. So turn 2, finish the Tyranids. They are in trouble, I think, but not out of the game yet. Still heavy firepower left for them. It's all about survival now as we go into the third turn for the Astra Militarum. Alright, so on movement here, James has just picked up secure objective number 3, which is around the other side here. It's this one. Currently, a Hive Tyrant sits on top of the objective. It's just tucked in there. What's your other objective? One of mine, isn't it? Another one up this end.
Yeah, number 1.
Number 1. Destiny calls you. You must advance, James, for the Emperor here. Sweep the Tyranids aside and achieve a decisive victory. Or not. We'll see what he decides to do. But there's a lot of value up this end now. A number of objectives. The orders have been given to capture those. We'll see if he holds where he is and tries to blast the Tyranids away, or whether he does make an advance as the game moves on. We are on turn 3 now. So if you want to pick up points, you may have to advance. We'll see what happens. So I do like this Tyranid list. I like the shooting power that it has, although it hasn't been too much of a decent demonstration, especially in the last turn. The Gene Stealers are great if they make it in, but they've taken heavy casualties here and been hurt. I was thinking one suggestion maybe would be drop a unit of Gene Stealers and take 2 units of Hormagaunts, nice and quick, and use those to tie up the infantry and tanks and so on with their super quick moves. And then there'll be like the meat shield wave that comes in, and that would give some protection and distraction from the other more expensive units moving up. That was one idea. It's a list that's currently under development. Do like the general theme of it though. The sort of Tyranid swinging door, or the Gene Stealer swinging door, and then the hinge is that shooting bubble. I like the idea of that, but maybe a little bit of development would help. But I'd say Guard at the moment is one of the best shooting armies out there on the channel. I'd say the firepower is utterly horrific from them. Lehman Russ is especially particularly good. Infantry helping, definitely, providing a screen, and the small arms fire very effective here in this game, perhaps the best we've seen. And the super heavy as well, excellent fire support from that. It's all looking healthy here for the Astra Militarum. Alright, so movement for the Astra Militarum here. James is on the move. You can see the relocation here of the 2 Russes heading off in this direction.
There.
This one? Right, okay, yeah, to protect himself just there. The Sentinel shifted across as well, so James trying to blindside the firepower of the Tyranids here. You can see the monsters don't have too much to shoot. Now, James's heavy gear shifting left. Infantry here are going to hold position. They are sitting on 2 objectives, so he wants to hold this area. Makes sense. Mortars holding position. And so, we'll show you what's gone inside there. Squad following up behind. Army Commander just here. James has moved with the Super Heavy and Scout Sentinel just in front. So he's going for the assault down on this flank here, which is pretty empty now, having blown away much of the Tyranid infantry. So all of these units here inside.
Yeah, the transport capacity is 25, and as they're separate.
It's a great vehicle for counter-attacking. You blow the opponent away, and then you load up with your infantry squads and then drive off to capture objectives. This looks like an excellent plan here. Very, very tough indeed. So that is the movement done. There is a psychic phase now for James. We'll go on to that next. Psychic phase here, just to mention, jury rigging it's called. James restoring himself from crippled up to just light damage here. 4 wounds remain now on this Russ at the back. Psychic phase done. Most of the psychers inside the transport. Just these guys at the back casting mental fortitude is auto pass morale. Okay, right, shooting phase next. Alright, so James using a command point here. Go recon, forward recon.
Forward recon.
Okay, he's rolled up a move and an advance. Up there, whoa, quick. Away it goes to grab line breaker. It's a handy thing to have. Tactically, they're great.
Mm-hmm. They're really good.
Yeah, no, I rate them. They Scout Sentinels. It's great to see them back. You know, units have been despised for so long, and then now they are very, very useful here in 8th edition, and for this particular list as well. A bit of speed. All right, okay. It's 2d6 movement. James just going to recalculate that for that stratagem that's been used, but it's great to see a fast element here to James's army. In 7th edition, he struggled. Had a lot of firepower, similar sort of list to this, but lacked a bit of speed. Tried to solve that with a Valkyrie, but the Sentinels here are helpful. James making a rush of this one.
That's 5 command points.
Yeah, okay. Making a rush of this one to go for Line Breaker later on. And it's such an insignificant unit, the Tyranids will probably ignore it, and so he should be able to slip through the Tyranid lines. Alright, so we'll press on here, let James fire with something. Right, Smoke and Shroud.
So that means I get to shoot and activate smoke.
That's coming from him. And then take aim and take aim being granted to them. That's the orders being given. So Execution, it's the one at the front, is going to fire through. It can see through the gap through to the Exocrine, who's just here. He's at -1 to hit though, and James only gets 1d6 shots because James moved.
Do I want to supercharge? I probably...
Imagine you do. Okay.
So it's 4 shots.
4 shots.
Needing
5s.
4 still because of the turret weapon. North penalty for -1.
Oh, but -1 because of my spaghetti men at the back, granting -1.
Spaghetti monster.
Venom ropes.
Yeah. Just 5s.
5s. Cool, that could help.
I take a mortal wound because I supercharged. I'm down to 7.
Ooh, so these 2 Russes here, they're moving around, but they've taken some pretty heavy damage. Anyway, it has got 2 hits though.
Yep. And it's strength 8 against toughness.
Oh, well, not toughness 8, so you'll be on freeze to wound.
Both wounds.
2 wounds come through. What's the minus? -4.
-3.
-3.
Activate.
So that drops us to a 6-up save, and then +1 for being in cover. No,
That's 4 damage.
4 damage. Ouch. So we dropped from 12 down to 8 wounds. It's still healthy enough, but pretty significant damage coming through. And he's lining up here.
Yeah.
Heavy bolter firepower. And a few las guns. Okay, so going after the Broodlord here, actually, it's just a bit closer. It's me trying to get it within 18 inches for Smite, which James blocked, actually, and now it's put him closer. He's not closer to a lot of these units because of the Gene Stealers here, but to this unit here, it is. So he's going to be able to fire his heavy bolters and some las gun shots coming through as well.
So it's 5s, rerolling 1s.
Okay. This is
Guns from heavy weapons as well.
okay. Yeah.
So that's 5s.
This is your heavy bolters.
No, this is the las gun.
Oh, las guns, right? Okay.
Rerolling 1s because I stood still.
2 hits. 5s to wound.
No wounds.
Nothing.
And then the heavy bolters.
It'd be 9 shots. And 5s.
Rerolling the 1s.
It's not bad. He's got 4 hits. That -1 has. Hang on a second. Sorry. Oh, yeah, -1 because of this. That's okay. No, carry on. That's fine. I was just thinking as a further -1, but he is out of range of the venom ropes.
So toughness 5, yeah, strength 5, so it's 5 to wound. 4 to wound. And
2.
2 AP -1.
Okay.
You get +1 for your cover.
Yeah. Past 1 because we're a 4-up save, I think. So we've taken 1 wound. Yeah, so wound taken on him. It's not too bad, pretty light damage. That's that squad fired. And this Russ, so the other Russ can't fire at pop smoke, is that right? This one here?
That can't fire, no, that's...
Fired and then pop smoke because of the order. Fine, okay.
I've got
So
grenade launcher as well, crack shot into
may as well, yeah.
target.
5 or 6.
He hits.
Oh no.
Strength 6, so it's freeze to wound.
Oh no, no.
And that is a wound.
Oh, no,
-1.
Not saved. Oh no, blast.
Oh.
2 more wounds. Well done. Good shot, Guardsman. Yes, Broodlord half dead now. It's taken 2 more wounds. So 3 wounds taken out of 6. So that squad has finally finished. Despite the minuses, pretty good firepower from them. Excellent idea merging the squad together. Absolutely fantastic. So very, very good so far. I've got this Russ now at the back. Yeah, so he can see through to the Exocrine, through yonder. So we get cover, which we get cover anyway, because of the venom ropes, and it's obscured as well. But it's just still just the 1 bonus for that.
It's 2d6 shots, because I stood still.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's 6 shots. I'm going to keep that.
Okay. 4s to hit, sorry, because you're tank commander.
Rerolling 1s, because I stood... Did I stay still? I don't think I did. I moved slightly. So, yeah, I don't get...
We still keep number of shots, we don't get your reroll
don't
ones.
get my reroll ones.
Okay. 4s. Half of them hit. A reroll of a 1. Oh no, sorry, forget it.
Moved.
Yep.
So strength 8, so it's 3s. Or wounded.
No.
2.
Okay, so 3 up becomes 5 up, becomes 4 up for cover. Oh, that's a drop dice, which would have been a save. Blast. No! 3d3. Oh dear, the exocrine is going to be wrecked. I thought we might have ignored that. It's caused 6 wounds. Instead of ignoring it, it's virtually killed it. 2 wounds left. He's going to use a command point here to re-roll. Yeah, 5+3 again. So he keeps it. It's still on 5 command points left. 5 or 6 here. He's trying to boost up this D3 damage on one of those. So 5 or 6, he gets it. It's a 3. Alright, so 1 wound left on the exocrine here. It's virtually dead. Yeah, so just seen some pretty good firepower from here. Well, this squad did nothing. This squad, though, got almost a full house of hits, then 4 wounds. We failed 2, so we lost 2 geniuses from here. James immediately played overlapping fields of fire. He regained 1 of his command points. Now he's down to 4 left, and so that will help improve the firepower against the geniuses that are left. This unit here, the larger unit, has about 10 models left. James is going to try and reduce them down now with some other units. Still got the mortars to fire, and still has the super heavy. Alright, so we've just resolved the mortars as well. They've killed 2 more gene stealers. This squad looking like this now. James declared the super heavy. That's the last of your firepower, isn't it? Super heavies? I think so. Yep. Yeah. So the 2 las cannons, the sponsor las cannons, are going to try and finish off the exocrine. I know you can see it. It's no problem. From any part of the model, now weapons can fire. And then the main cannon going to try and hit the gene stealers to slow them down. And heavy bolters as well. So trouble here. Imagine the amount of rounds and shells going off inside the centre of this cathedral. So a tremor cannon first, so always going after the gene stealers first. 11 shots. So to slow me down, you have to cause a casualty, is that right?
Yes, a casualty.
A casualty, that's the main aim.
That's the main aim.
It's just to blow up one of these things.
I don't get overlapping fields of fire because it doesn't have the regiment keyword as an auxiliary.
Should be on 5s to hit them.
Yeah.
So 5s and 6s.
Yeah.
2. 2's to wound.
Yeah.
You should do it. 1.
5 up in 1 because they can ask 2.
5 in 1. If I make this, oh come on. No.
So
I'll use my last command point. We do.
5 plus a
Yeah, James is going to try and steal it. That's a 5. You're fine. Yeah, you've grabbed it. Right. Just that. I'm rolling that up because it's quite important here because it might give us a last-ditch attempt to try and contact this thing. All right. So all my command points have disappeared now. That's the end of those.
Heavy bolters.
Yes. All right. Okay. Yeah, you can try and hose them down with heavy bolters. No problem. What's that going to be?
18 shots.
Oh dear. 18 shots. Right. Oh boy, the amount of rounds. You can imagine the ammo. Imagine the ammo cartridges just lying scattered all across the pavement here. The shells being chucked out the back of the tanks. That's been a real fire frenzy here in this game. Looking for 5s. Difficult targets to acquire just with the high fleet, but still the rounds are coming through. Sort of 2.
So 5.
5 up, yeah. No, 2. That is significant though, James. 2 more brought down. Okay, so we now have 6 gene stealers left from that squad. They've been hammered hard. Right, okay, yes, exocrine. This is the last 2 shots. 2 las cannons. 5s to hit here. Oh boy, you can't. Nothing can withstand firepower of that magnitude. 3s to wound. 2 2s, just when he needed that. 1 wound was required. So right to the last there, the exocrine survives, but it's on 1 wound remaining. Okay, so that is the end of the turn, and Astra Militarum have done well again. It's been good. They've been stripping down this Tyranid army here. Still 3 monsters left. These 2 and the Hive Tyrant. Some gene stealers, but we can't keep taking casualties like that. Tyranids looking few and far between here. Their army's been more than halved here. The Carnifex is long gone and destroyed. Gene Stealers utterly obliterated here in this game. So excellent firepower from the Guard. They are in the Ascension here. But that is the end of the turn for them. Any victory points picked up?
No.
Not at this stage. All right. But still, you're damaging the Tyranids, so you're doing well. That is the end of the turn. We'll go on to the third turn now for the Tyranids. What can they do in such a desperate situation? Okay, so moving for the Tyranids here, we're going to try and go after the Super Heavy. So this one's going to sit where it is. It does have a view through the ruins to the Super Heavy, just through there. Exocrine can see through as well, so he's remained stationary. The key is to keep these still, so they can fire twice and be a bit more accurate, especially with this one. Venom Throats, I've just adjusted them. I've positioned them here, so they're granting protection for these. The Hive Tyrant, I've put him up that level just because I can't fit him underneath, but he's actually just in here, sitting on that objective, and then there's windows the other side. He can see out here and then fire off in this direction. Then we've gone for Suicide Charge here with the Gene Stealers. These moved out. That's their final move after advancing. They will be allowed to charge. They should make it into contact, but obviously there is a heap of Overwatch. Are you open topped?
No, I'm not like a Stormlord.
Right, okay, that's the other configuration, okay. But he's got tons of heavy bolts, firepower, laser cannons, and this thing firing 3d6 on Overwatch as well. But this, what other option is there? You've got to go for it. Broodlord is just here by the door. A potential charge from him as well. And then the other Broodlord has advanced there. He's too far away, I think, to reach. So that is movement done. Psychic Phase, yes. We might be able to do a bit of smiting here and a few other powers. We'll see what we can do. We'll go on to Psychic Phase next for the Tyranids on their turn 3. Alright, so Psychic Phase finished. We've gone through all the powers here. It's probably the worst Psychic Phase we've ever seen. Okay, so this was good. We put Catalyst on here, so 5 pluses to ignore wounds, just anticipating this thing may be targeted. But the first Broodlord, ready to smite, did cast Smite, but it went off on a double 6. Be perilled, and then rolled a 5, which was enough to cause 3 wounds. He died. D3 mortal wounds. He caused 1 on the Broodlord at the back, and then 3 here. So
sucked into the warp.
Sucked into the warp, and taking 3 Gene Stealers with him, and also a chunk of the body of the Broodlord at the back. So I tried to cast Smite again with the next Broodlord and rolled a double 1. And then he took 3 mortal wounds on himself for that, so he's virtually been killed. He's got 2 wounds remaining. Disaster here. That was our chance to try and get these Gene Stealers in. Possible Broodlord as well. It could have caused trouble. Definitely could have caused trouble. Monstrous Rending Claws. They could have caused a bit of trouble there against that. The idea is to try and soften the Super Heavy up with firepower and then close him for the kill just there. That's just wrecked that plan as far as combat's concerned. Going to put more pressure on the Tyranids here if they're shooting to see how much damage they can do to try and get through those 26 wounds on that vehicle. So we'll go on to shooting. Let's hope we do a bit better with that. Psychic Phase, we really hurt ourselves there. There were some disastrous perils being rolled. Okay, so shooting them. Going to fire this twice at the Super Heavy. The first round, let's just put these down.
For the Hive.
Let's just do a test, right? Those dice are bad, these dice are better. Well, I don't know about these dice yet. These are bad, right? Let's see what... This is not the official roll, okay? This is what I would have got if I'd just got... Oh, 2 hits. And these are the good dice. The same. Okay, dice are the same, aren't they? Yeah. All right, so we'll just carry on. We'll stick to the red dice, though. Freeze to wound. Freeze to wound. No, okay. Anyway, carry on. That's that done. We'll fire again. See, he's hit and miss, isn't he, with the turn effects? 2 hits come through. 3's to wound. This is strength 10. Wow, finally, 1 wound comes through. Please don't save this, James.
My cover, so it becomes AP minus 2.
Yes.
So
5 up.
5 up. Nope.
No, and D6 damage.
Down to 25.
25. Whoopie-doo. The potential there for this thing, if it hit with everything and wounded everything, you could kill it. But we're at an extreme end of poor results at the moment. Okay, so with that firepower, I think you can forget the idea of trying to significantly damage this thing. So, we've got the Exocrine here. It's strength 7. It will be on 5s to wound the Super Heavy. It could cause trouble. But there's other targets we could go for. We'll see what we can pick up here. Yeah, I'm going to try and kill the sentinel over there instead. 6 shots, remain stationary. So we need 3s. Then we need 3s to wound. 2.
AP minus?
Minus 3 on these.
On the sentinel?
Yeah, I go straight through. Right, so that's 4 casualty, 4 wounds. Down to 2 left. I do want to try and finish it off. I want to try and pick up a victory point here. So that's not bad firepower. 3s to wound. Yeah, it's gone. So destroy. Detonation's not going to make any difference at all. So Sentinel James can just remove the model. Just there. Alright, so that gets rid of that. That's a victory point we've picked up for no prisoners if we hand that one in. Trying to think about picking up victory points here as much as we can as the army starts to shrink here for the Tyranids. So that's the exocrine done. It's just so many targets. It's been difficult here. We've got a Hive Tyrant left here with the heavy venom cannon. Don't think it's worth going after the super heavy. There's other targets down here. We could try and finish off one of these Russes. So I'm going to try and reduce one of these Russes down. Try and go for him. So D3 shots. 2. Forced to hit with a smoke. Do get the 2 hits. We do get a wound. And it's 5 up save.
Nope.
No, 3 damage.
So this one here?
Yes, it's down to 1 wound left. Not bad, well done, Hive Tyrant. Pretty good shooting. Okay, so that's crippled that tank just there. It'll take James a while to try and recover the damage on that with the jury rigging stratagem. I think that's all the firepower done. Yes, okay, so we'll go on to assaults. I'm still going to go ahead with this suicide charge here. 3 gene stealers. It's just to put a scratch on this thing. I want to get the claws into the paintwork here with these. So let James do his overwatch. We'll see what remains. This is heavy bolters.
Yeah, need 6s. 3 hits.
3s to wound.
Wounded.
All wounded.
5
Gone. On overwatch. Goodbye. That's the end of that. Yes, that's very... God damn. The firepower's been fantastic. Yep, okay, so that was the last ditch attempt at combat there. It was an opportunity. We could have got those geniuses into combat, possibly that Broodlord as well. Could have caused some trouble. It could have done, but it's not to be. James's firepower overwhelming here. Tyranids has been blown apart. Imagine all the bits of guts here in amongst this cathedral. What a mess. But Guardsman here can breathe a sigh of relief. The tide has come in. It's stopped here and has been driven back. So well done to the humble Guardsman here. Good fighting, good shooting from them. Disciplined firepower has prevailed here against the Tyranid onslaught. So Tyranids, they don't always break through. Sometimes they are held by the forces of the Imperium, and when they do, it's quite a sight to behold. So well done to the forces of the Astra Militarum. That is the end of the turn for the Tyranids. No assaults, no charges to take place. I'm going to hand in no prisoners and pick up 1 victory point for that one, so we can add that to the score, just to try and keep us in the fight. And that'll do. So that is the end of the turn. We'll go on to the 4th turn next for the Astra Militarum, as surely they can press ahead on to the ultimate victory now. We'll go on to turn 4 for the Astra Militarum. Alright, so we're on movement phase here. Guard holding position here. So you've just sat entirely still with these. Mm-hmm. They're all just getting ready to fire. I hate to think the firepower's going to come from them. So we can say goodbye to the exocrine for sure. This squad... that's following up behind. Yeah, commander's remaining there to grant his orders. James has made an advanced move here using a command point which he did regain.
No, didn't regain.
Didn't regain, okay. And then had gone 3 inches and then popped smoke. Just on the move with these, I think James is going to try and sweep round, and it's these kind of objectives and line breakers going to go for, just to deliver the killing blow to this Tyranid force. All right, so movement done. We'll go on to psychic phase next. Okay, so mental fortitude again, +1 for the morale on this squad. That's psychic phase done. We'll go on to shooting next. All right, so we're in the middle of shooting phase here, and horrific results here taking place. Utterly horrific. So firepower from the tanks coming across here. A las cannon hit, half killed the Hive Tyrant. James rolled a 6 for his damage, coming for a 4+ invuln, so failing a number of those. But the significant hit for the las cannon. Plasma Executioner rounds coming through. Hive Tyrant's gone. Exocrine destroyed as well. What finished that off?
That was the heavy bolters on.
It's the heavy bolters, yeah, because it's just the one went to pick up. We rolled a 6 then, and it death rose, yeah. So that then caused a wound as well on the Hive Tyrant before it died. A wound here on the Venom Ropes as well. And then a crack round from a humble grenade launcher through the window, or through the door. A plumb hit on the chest of the Broodlord. Failed to save, then James rolled 3 wounds on his D3 damage, and the Broodlord died. So in quick succession, we've lost the Broodlord, the Exocrine, and the Hive Tyrant, which is the Warlord as well. So Tyranids are utterly wrecked now here. So it's not looking very good. Tyrannifex is still here though, with its instinctive behaviour just to sit on top of this objective and just to fire its rupture cannon, but all in front of it virtually has been wiped out here. Excellent. Blistering firepower for the guard. James still has some shooting left. Got mortars getting ready to fire, and that's probably about it. These really don't have any targets. Everything in here has been destroyed. All right, so shooting finished. The mortar's coming down here, picking up a wound on the Venom Ropes, and so one of those has been removed. That is the end of shooting. No combats and charges to take place.
Death from afar. Well secured.
Did you pick up a point?
Was that in your deployment zone?
Right, okay, we'll measure this up here. James may have picked up a point. I think I'm beyond my deployment zone. We'll just check this, but he may have picked up a point here at the end of his turn. Right, it's not picked up here. Range 24 is the deployment zone is about there. Exocrine died just here, so that was the closest opportunity. There's no points picked up again, but surely victory will come a bit later on when James picks up small points. The Venom Ropes on 3 wounds each, actually, so we've restored that model just with 2 wounds remaining. And that is it. So Tyranids have an intact Tyrannifex here. So there's still some firepower left. 2 Gene Stealers and some Venom Ropes, and that's about it. There's no synapse on the board now, so we're vulnerable to morale and also -1 to hit unless it's the closest target. So a few minuses kicking in here as the Tyranid bubble has truly burst here at this stage. We'll go on to their 4th turn next. Alright, so movement done. We've held here. Part of this model can see through the ruins to James's tank. He'll get cover for that, but he's on... He'll get cover, and then he's going to be on -1 for his smoke. James is that vehicle is the closest vehicle, so there's no minus there. It would be minus though if we go off against something else. Gene Stealers have moved out to here. Our fresh card is secure objective 1, which is just there. So we can pick up another victory point for that. And the Venom Ropes have strung themselves along just here to aid and give as much protection as they can. Just the last-ditch attempts here at trying to pick up some victory points as the game moves on. We are on turn 4. It could be a quick end. It could end next turn. So Tyranid is still in this fight here to some degree. We'll go on. You could go for the wipeout actually, couldn't you? Just to cut the head off to finish this game off. But a big beast here. We'll see how well he shoots now. Another chance for him to shine. Yeah, so just check the rules there. It's nearest visible, which is across there. So we'll fire at the super heavy then. And fire twice. The first one leaving 5s and 6s. 2 6s.
10.
3's to wound. 1 does get through. It's -3, becomes -2 for your save, so 5 up. And with that, I'm going home. I'll fire again. This is the last chance. Here. Another hit. It's not bad, this one. It's another wound.
Nope.
Okay. That dice just hit objective
5.
Here, so it moved it a bit. It was over here. No, it's just there. Okay, so it is D6 damage, right? Revenge 3. We'll pick up another 3 wounds. Down just to 22 left to try and pick up. So if we had perhaps another 3 of these, I might be able to do it. All right, so James not be worried about that kind of damage coming through. And that is the end of the turn. No shooting for any other units, no charges to take place. So we'll just hand in objective number 1, James, and we'll pick up another victory point for that. And that is the end of turn 4 for the Tyranids. They're still fighting on, still picking up points here and there, but now we hand over to turn 5 for the Astra Militarum, and surely the killing blow is about to come. We're going to their 5th turn next. Okay, so James on the move here. He has paid 2 command points. He rolled to keep those and kept both of the command points that we're usually still on 3. And he dumped objective number 4, which is over there, objective number 3, and then he got troops on the ground, which is a really good one. D3 victory points if 3 to 5 objective markers controlled by infantry units. If you control 6, it's D3 plus 3. This could win in the game here and secure him victory. Another D3 potential victory points coming through because this squad's just moved across to capture. This squad holds, or these two squads hold this one, and this squad holds that one. So it's well worth sitting on these two. He set himself up now for a decent amount of victory points coming through. We'll let him make the rest of his moves here. Just mopping up action. Guard need to be careful. They need to do a good, clean job of this to make sure they can see the game through to victory. Tyranid's trying to sneak and snatch points here to try and sneak a victory. We've seen this happen before. James very aware of this, so he's seeking to do a proper job. Okay, so movement done. Just these tanks manoeuvring here. Mortars on the move as well, just trying to keep up with the advance. And are you in 3 inches here? Are you going to use an order to... Alright, so they'll easily capture that. And then the super heavy shifted round here. Nice clear view to blast the Tyranids to Kingdom Come. Alright, so that's movement done.
No psychic.
No psychic phase? Right, so we'll go on to shooting phase next. So he's going to start here with the super heavy. The heavy bolter is going to try and finish off the Gene Stealers. Everything else, the big cannon, 2 las cannons, tremor cannon. Going to go after the Tyranids. Here we go. This will be a fine display, I'm sure. Oh, he's going for heavy bolters first.
5 to hit the Gene Stealers.
Yes. And freeze to wound. This could be enough to wipe them out. There's 2 of them left. Surely it's all over for them. 5s. Gone. Wipe out. So Gene Stealer's gone. Just Venom Ropes and the Tyranids left. Yes, las cannons, double 1, missed.
And tremor cannon.
Tremor cannon. This is a number of shots. Well, it would be 5s to hit actually.
Yeah.
The Venom Ropes, they've done okay. They've done their job. Not too bad from them. So, 5s.
Yep.
This is it, James. Come on. All the guard viewers are rooting for you. You got your 4 hits. Be freeze to wound, no doubt.
Nope, your toughness 8.
Oh.
Strength 8.
Force to wound. This could be disastrous here if you roll badly. Oh. A 4, 5, and 2 6s. And a minus?
2. You got 2 up to save.
Do we? Right.
So, yeah, I'll double check.
And we count as being in cover. Hang on a second, we're rock solid. We're just going to check here. I'll roll my dice, see what we get. We could. Right, hang on a second. The Tyranids is pretty rock solid. We'll just check this.
Why don't concede?
Yeah, no, don't concede. We keep fighting here. Yeah, we've just checked. So it's a 3 up save. It used to be 2 up for the Tyranids. I'm pretty sure it's a 3 up. -2 takes us to a 5 up save. Then +1 for being in cover. Took us to 4 up, so we saved 3 of them, and 1 got through, which is straight 3 damage. We've been knocked down to 11 wounds. This thing's alive. I cannot believe it's still alive. It's the toughness 8, and the save has helped it there against that deadly cannon across the other side. So well done to the Tyranids. Shooting has been dreadful. Turn 1 was good, and then since then it's been awful, but it's survived James's attacks. Now, the situation is this is turn 5. This is turn 5, right? If the Tyranids have, it's pretty neck and neck with the victory points. So Tyranids, they could pull out a victory here. I do doubt it, but
you have line breaker. So in 24.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, no, you are picking up the points.
Let's double check. Yes, because just about the trap.
Whoa. We'll check that. I think he just about is within line breaker, measuring it to the millimetre here. So that would be that. I mean, that could be the difference between a draw and a win. All right, I've just measured. He's just short of line breaker there, so it's a point not picked up yet. So that could be significant. I doubt it, but it may well be. We're just wondering now. Shooting phase. A lot of stuff just redundant here with no targets at all. James wiping out the units in front of him. We'll measure up here. See what's left to fire, and then we'll go on to the 5th, possibly final turn for the Tyranids. All right, so we have measured up. It's the good old battle cannon, was in range 72, firing through at the venom throats, clear line of sight, laser cannon as well. So the battle cannon finished off 2 of those, and then the laser cannon, nice plumb hit, 5 damage, killed the last of the venom throats just there. And that has picked up James' death from afar, which is 1 victory point. That is firing from your deployment zone and destroying a unit in the enemy's deployment zone has picked him up a point, and that is very helpful for him. All right, so that is the end of the turn.
Troops on the ground.
D5
objectives. So
yes, D3.
1, 2, 3.
Yep, D3.
D3 cannot be re-rolled. It's a 1.
Just the 1. Could have been better, but another victory point scored. And just
At the moment, it's a draw.
right. Okay, we'll go on to the Tyranid turn next. They're turn 5. So, fresh turn here. A Terrify objective here has been picked up for the Tyranids. It's cause someone to foul morale is a victory point, or 3 or more is D3 victory points. That's not going to happen, I don't think. So, we'll go straight on to shooting phase. Closest target is this. We're going to fire twice. Nice clear view with the terrain effects. So 50% obscured. James does get it. He's pretty well covered still through all the ruins. The first salvo. It does wound. It's -3. 5 up. No. So that's D6 damage. 3 more wounds. It's down to 19. And then we'll fire the next round. Here. Oh, just the 1 hit. It does wound though. 5 up to block this one.
And I may as well spend a command point.
Okay, yeah.
Save that. Nope.
No.
5 plus a regain.
D6 damage, another 2. So we've knocked James down to 17 wounds remaining on the super heavy, and that is the end of the turn. No charges or anything else to do. So all that's left is roll to see if the game continues. I'm going to use one of your terrible grey dice, which always rolls a 1 or a 2. The game ends. Yeah, I wanted to end it there. There's something left on the board. We'll calculate victory points now. This will be tight. I think the Guard have it, but we'll calculate and get an exact score. All right, so final score is another shocker. It's a draw. Oh boy, we picked up 4 points for our objectives being secured. And then James picked up 4 as well. And then the deciding factor, James just out of line breaker, both agreed with that one, just short of 24 inches. Then James picked up Slay the Warlord. But we picked up First Blood. So the score is 5-all.
Yeah.
With 1 turn effects left on the board. Unbelievable. The game ended there. James would have won if he'd seen it through. This is the danger. We've seen this twice now in recent games. This is the second time this has happened. The danger of turn 5.
Yeah, I kind of knew it would happen.
It's happened before, and it's another shock result here again. You've got to compensate for turn 5, because if the game ends, it can mess your plans up. And this is exactly what's happened here with the Astra Militarum. They deserve to be the winners here. They've blown the Tyranids off the table. Fantastic play from them. Tactics, firepower was all excellent. I was going to say, was there any combats?
Yes, there was. There was a sentinel that died to Gene Steers.
Oh yes. Other than that, though, none. You kept the Tyranids arm's length, which is what you need to do with the Guard. The supporting fire.
1 guardsman dead and a sentinel.
So, and this tank here as well destroyed.
They ran out of target.
It's unbelievable. You 95% of your army is intact.
More about.
98% of the Tyranid army has been wiped out, and yet it's a draw. Unbelievable here in this game. Costly, yeah. Oh, definitely. Tyranids. So Tyranid infestation has not been removed here. This is an unconcluded sector.
Rematch.
A rematch, yeah, it'd have to be. Maybe we'll see a grudge match between these two forces in the future. I think there needs to be old grudges being held here. But the Tyranids have held on, to secure a draw here right at the end of turn 5. Shock result. It should have been an Imperial victory, but it has not. So well done to the Tyranids there. Well done to the Guard. Excellent display from them. James's list is rock solid. It's decimated the Tyranids here, but we have seen a draw take place. It's a draw that should never have been, but the Tyranids have clung on to their pride, for sure, and also a draw at the end. Well done, though. Good fighting from both sides, especially from the Astra Militarum. Excellent play from them, but it is a draw here. Great game. Thanks for watching, and tune in next time. Okay, James is going to give it to the Humble Guardsman. Particularly impressive here with this.
That guardsman there knocked out a brutal one shot.
One shot with a crack grenade, yeah. This 2 rank deep firepower, this triangulation of firepower here from the wall was excellent against the Geniuses. That was superb firepower. So the Humble Guardsman gets unit of the game here. That's very extremely rare that's happened. I'm going to give it to the Venom Ropes here. The protection that they offered. I was going to say
Your Venom Ropes,
you wipe out, right? Okay, but the Venom Ropes definitely did help. I was going to say they really helped protect. It's hard to say that because there's no army left here, but they were helpful. That -1, very helpful indeed. So Venom Ropes get unit of the game for the Tyranids, but that's unit of the game, or units of the game for both sides.